crushing it. Welcome back to I Have Shit to Say. I am your podcast talent host, Megan Campbell. I'm super excited for our guest today. I'll let him go ahead and introduce himself.
My name is Travis Collins. I'm an author and a speaker.
Excellent. So our kind of way of we function is a little check-in question. So it's kind of been a wild Friday for some of us, which is great because now Brian has content. So Brian has dubbed today a clusterfuck-Friday. So my check-in question today is, what wild thing has happened so far in your day? So we'll start with Brian, and then we'll go to Mackenzie, and then we'll come back around so you have a little bit of time to think about it.
Well, we've been having a number of technical issues with lights and such, but what I was going to say before the light turned off on this take two that we're doing is it's February, we're in the Midwest, and I like the cold weather and I like winter, but I'm over it. I'm ready for it to I just don't.
Do you actually really like it?
I do.
Well,
I do. But I'm just over it. I want to be able to go outside with not having to put on so many fucking layers of clothes and plan like, well, do I need to wear 3 layers or do I need to wear 2 layers?
Or you just roll like me and you just don't, and you just like pull as close as you possibly can to the building, go from heat to heat, and don't give a fuck.
But I'm in and out of my car for.
Well, fair. So that's true.
Yeah. So I guess that's just, like I said, I'm just over winter. So just like I'm kind of
By February, it's not pretty; it's dirty.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and
like all the
snow
white
is not
snow's
white
all-
anymore. It's been gray for weeks. And yeah, so that.
And our heater this morning wasn't working, so it was on defrost mode.
Technical difficulties all across the board.
Right,
so,
we should just all go back to bed and hibernate.
So what's yours?
What's mine? Oh goodness. Well, I woke up this morning getting ready for the podcast and thought that my mom, who now lives with me, was going to watch my child. She had other plans. So I had a moment of like, do I cry or do I problem solve? And we clearly had to problem solve. So one of my therapists is currently watching her. So we figured it out, but it was a little bit of a like, ooh,
I think we all have that option at the beginning of the day.
To cry or problem solve. I feel like it was like, well, and this will be another podcast episode, but like a feeling lasts 90 seconds. I was like, I'll give myself 90 seconds to feel like I might cry. Maybe I will cry. And then I was like, you don't have time. Because Travis is on, and I was super pumped. And I was telling you before we got started, I was like, he's a VIP. I can't fucking reschedule this shit. So we got to problem solve. If it was somebody else, I might have rescheduled. No joke. Listen, I made coffee for you this morning, and I don't really do that for anybody.
This is a good ass cup of coffee. This is strong, good ass cup of coffee.
Yes, you gotta have the strong stuff. So, but okay, Mackenzie, we're throwing it back to you. You got the microphone. You ready to go for your morning? Your Clusterfuck Friday.
Clusterfuck Friday.
I need that on a shirt.
No, I know. I really love that. The therapist that came to watch Megan's daughter, she got a coffee for her, and I spilled half of it out. I did catch it, but that is my Clusterfuck Friday.
Yeah, she like spilled all the whipped cream on the floor over there in the corner. Which was actually great because my daughter kept asking to eat it. She was calling it ice cream, and she didn't need to eat it this morning. So anyway, have you had a Clusterfuck Friday moment?
Yes.
See, we all do.
We all do. So I usually work nights, but I took a vacation. Last night I didn't go to work. I got an 8-month-old baby girl.
Oh.
So it's been a long time since I slept with my baby girl on my chest. So I say tonight'll be that night.
What?
Give me my baby, let her sleep on me for the night. Well, guess what? We changed her milk to Genoese.
Oh no.
And she shitted on me in the middle of the night.
Okay, if that's not the best podcast opening story.
She shitted on me. But, well, I'm used to being shitted on, so I guess it was a regular day.
I mean,
it was
fair.
It's a regular day for me, so.
I mean, that's kind of perfect. I did tell people recently that I like started this business by pooping my pants in Barnes and Noble. So it's just like shit everywhere. It's a full circle.
It's a full circle.
Shit happens. Poop is the best metaphor for everything in life, honestly.
That's right. Shit happens.
It's wild. So
not that there's a winner of this, but Travis wins.
Yeah, Travis definitely wins, especially because like you're sleeping and you don't yeah, that's the thing.
You know, it was a bliss when I laid down and just smelling the baby hair.
The smell, the newborn.
And then I wake up smelling baby shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still must have slept good if it happened. You didn't even realize.
You realize it?
That's like the best part. I was waiting. I was like, did she puke on you? Like what? Shit is even better.
And it was a blowout.
Yeah. Bless. But that's when you just take a picture and you send that to your wife and say, here, I need help. I feel like any blowout my daughter had.
She was in the bed, so I tapped her because I'm like, okay, shit everywhere. She blew the shit out of the pamper. All of the shit, like, literally came. And this was a big shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is a little baby. This is
like
a little
potato.
And it was a
like
big, like,
everywhere.
elephant shit, right? So I'm sitting back like, how did this baby get all of this shit in her stomach? You know, but it eventually came out. And so I tapped my wife, and I'm like, hey, guess what she did? Fake sleep. Like, I know
she's the queen. She's
I
the
know
queen. We're gonna have her back on the couch
I know
one of
you
these
hear
days.
me. I know you hear me.
We're gonna have to ask her about this.
It's gonna be yes. We're gonna have to fact check.
And the way I know she heard me, because like if I get out of this bed anytime at night,
Yeah.
where you going? What you doing?
She's like wide awake.
Wide awake. Now I get shitted on by this baby.
she's like literally a queen. That's queen status right
my
there.
baby.
Oh my gosh, I love this. I love this. Well, let's hop into it. I think the thing I am the most excited for you to share is just kind of your story, which is really rooted in like resilience, and you were talking about forgiveness. And so if you can just give our listeners like just a rundown of like an overview of your story. We'll definitely have you back on for more details.
Okay.
But I just want you to share that and kind of we'll bounce back and forth from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, since this is a mental health podcast, I got to start from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
So as a boy, I stuttered, and the kids called me Chia Travis after the chia plant, Chia. And so I was the most insecure boy you can think of, right?
Kids are really mean.
Kids are mean.
Kids are
kids
mean.
Is like they are.
Yep. Savage.
Yes. And so, but before that, you know, I was the best kid before I changed. I was the best kid, but the kids teased me and I was so insecure until this one day, I came home and I was crying. And my brother said, hey, what's wrong? Why you crying? It's like the kids talking about me in school, the whole class. When the teachers did the attendance and everybody had to raise their hand when she called their name and say here. So I didn't want to say here because every time I say here, the kids say, Chia Travis. So when she say Travis Collins, I just raised my hand. She said it again because she wanted me to say here. Teachers can be pieces of shit too.
Teachers, absolutely. I mean, they're humans, right?
Yes.
So yeah, they can totally. So she was just like setting you up.
She was setting me up for it, right? So I was like raising my hand. She was like, Travis Collins. I'm like, bitch, did you hear me? Like, you see me, I know.
Right.
And so I said here in the whole class, Travis. And so I went home, was crying to my brother, and I used to break dance. So my brother, we used to go break dance on North Avenue Beach. So my brother was like, come on, let's go break dance. I don't want to fucking
You're like, I don't want to do any of that
I
stuff.
don't want to do none of that right now. He's like, what happened? I told him what happened. So he said, next time those kids call you Chia Travis, you just get up and start swinging. So it's like, it's a lot of them. So he was like, I don't care. You start swinging and they're going to stop. So I was like, all right. Next day, went to school, same thing happened. And I started swinging. And the teacher said I hit her too. I don't remember. I just blacked out and started swinging. But the problem wasn't me swinging. The problem was how good it fucking felt. Mm-hmm. It felt so good. I got in a lot of trouble for it, but that
Rage needs a place.
that shit felt good.
Of course it did. You had
know?
power and control over something you hadn't ever before.
And I've been
for
wanting
sure.
to punch the shit out of these kids for the
Yeah,
longest.
right?
You know,
and somebody gave you permission.
Somebody gave me
Yeah.
permission. And so that was like the beginning of my downfall. So now that's how I handled everything, was with violence. You piss me off,
Yeah.
it's going down, you know? And then I joined the gang at 11. So at 11 years old, I joined the street gang, you know, and they had me doing all these different things for the gang, selling drugs, shooting guns, shooting people. And when I do it, they'll praise me. So now I felt like I was the man now. I felt appreciated. I felt loved. I felt like I had a place.
Like you had a family, you had everything.
You know,
yeah.
like this is my place, right? This is where I belong with this gang. And so at 14 years old, I was arrested for an attempted murder, gang-related attempted murder. I went to St. Charles till I was 16, came home, went right back with the gang, 19 years old, arrested for murder. 19 years old.
Not little things.
Big things.
Like big things.
Sentenced to 65 years in prison at 19 years old.
It's like, how do you even think
How do I
about like
even
19
think
to
of it?
60? Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, so I'm sitting back and I'm like, it didn't really dawn on me until I was on a bus going to prison. That's where the book started off at.
Okay.
Me being on a bus going to prison. That's when I'm thinking like, damn, I just threw my fucking life away.
Yeah.
I just crashed into a fucking wall, right? You know?
And you were helped there along the way, but
Yeah,
you
but
also made the choices as
And I was
well.
a driver,
Yeah.
you know,
yeah.
I even put gas in that motherfucker.
Oh
You
my
know?
God.
I
right.
drove to this brick
Yeah.
wall, right? So I get to prison. Now I really don't want to live, you know? So I'm back with the gang, the same gang that's out there as the gangs in prison. The gangs back then was being ran by prison.
Yeah.
So all the gang chiefs was in prison. So I get there and still with the gang, still doing all these crazy things for the gang, until I met the gang chief 2 years later. So 2 years later.
Like, this sounds like it's going to be a wild story.
This is a wild story, right? So, okay, I remember I told you I joined the gang at 11, so I stopped going to school.
Right.
Never graduated grammar school.
Because that 11, you'd be in like what grade?
Sixth
grade. Okay.
You know, and so I made it to 7th, didn't go to 8th grade, right? So 7th grade is the last grade that I completed. So I didn't have an education. I couldn't read.
Right.
You know, and so I get to prison, still can't read, and the gang chief is down there. So he said, hey, they just call me Wild Child in prison.
Okay.
So he said, hey, heard about this young brother named Wild Child. Bring him over here so I can talk to him. So he was in a part of the prison where all of the lifers is at, the
Okay.
old timers.
Yeah.
So they kind of had it made over there. All the gang chiefs had it made. Officers did with whatever they wanted them
Yeah.
to do. So he sent for me, he sent the officer to come get me. So I go to his cell, and he got books everywhere. He got piles of books. He got this big ass like witch book, right? He got all these books. So I'm like, this is a smart ass dude right here. So he's sitting back, we was talking. I wasn't impressed by him, but
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, but he's the chief. He
Yeah.
started this gang.
Right.
And so the officer came and passed out mail. And when the officer passed out mail, he say, hey, can you read this for me? I'm like, I don't really know how to read, man.
Yeah.
So he was like, all right, he called somebody else in. Like, can you read this for me? So I'm like, why? I'm thinking that this is just a privilege of the chief.
Right. Like somebody reads to him.
Yeah, it's like this just part of the gang life. You got to read his fucking mail, right? So after he read the mail, the chief told me, he said, don't tell nobody that you read my mail. Oh, that he read my mail. I say, I wouldn't do that. Why would I do that? I'm like, and why? Why do people have to read your mail?
Yeah.
He was like, cause I have a learning disability. he said, I have a learning disability and I don't know how to read. Like my fucking face dropped.
You were like, what?
I'm like, but it's literature. Gangs have literature. So I'm like, it's fucking literature. And if you don't learn the gang literature, they will whoop your ass. So I'm like, hold on, who made all this damn literature? He was like, yeah, I just told them what to put. I just told them what to put and they wrote it down. So it's like, the fuck? I didn't know how to feel, right?
Well, there's like a level of feeling swindled a little bit too. Like you're walking in this place with all these books, you're thinking this man is really smart and intelligent, and he might be street smart.
Yes, he definitely street smart.
Right, but that part of just like, man, you've been doing this long con for a while.
For a while, he got all these fucking books.
And also just like making people read things to you. And you even at first were like, oh, maybe this is just a thing because I'm low on the totem pole I have to do, right?
And so I left. Once I left, I went back to my cell and I was just like, I'm done. I'm done with this shit. I was going through a lot. My appeal just got denied. So it was just a lot. All that week, it was just a lot happening. My appeal was denied, and they give you an attorney for your direct appeal. So now it's denied. There's no more attorney. There's no one
coming to help you legally.
No one's coming to help me. So I'm here till 2065, and I'll be 84 years old, right? So I'm like, damn. And then now this motherfucker,
who kind of got me into all this shit to begin with. Yeah, it's
so
like
I was just
wild.
I was done.
Yeah.
And I left him alone right then. It was a little pushback. I put it in the book. It was a little pushback behind it, but I left it alone. Then I just started educating myself. I'm like, I'm about to just start learning. So I learned how to read. When I learned how to read, I started reading law books. I got really good at it. I started helping other guys in there with their cases, got good with it. I started a nonprofit out here, me and my mom, and it was like just a youth prison prevention type of deal. We had a MySpace page back then.
MySpace, crushing it.
And so we started with a MySpace page, and then a recession happened. And when the recession happened in 2007, she was like, "There's a lot of people out here starving. Like, what can we do? I want to start a pantry."
Yeah.
So I said, "I don't know how to do it, but send me the books and I'll learn." So we started a food pantry, and it's still running to this day in Pembroke. The Lord and Lamb's Ministry Food Pantry. And so we started the food pantry, and I was doing all the grant writing and a lot of the paperwork. And so I eventually filed my case again, I learned the law, did my case, and I'm on my way back to Kankakee.
Because before that, you were like up north, Chicago?
I was in Menard, South.
Oh, South, okay.
So I was like 5. It's a maximum state prison. We only got 3, but one of them is segregation, but we Stateville in Menard. So I was 14 years in Menard, maximum state prison, 23 and 1. You know, you're only coming out to take a 15-minute shower, and it was just rough. But it gave me a lot of time to work on me, work on myself, right?
Well, talking about like mental health, right? Like you're only out of yourself for 15 minutes. You're alone with your mind, your thoughts. That's it. Like the choice to better yourself or to work on that or to focus on you, not everybody makes that choice.
No, and a lot of people don't. It was guys I came in with. One guy I came in with, I was 19, he was 18. So he come in, I mean, he was sharp, man, smart guy, witty, intelligent. I seen him 10 years later, and he's throwing shit out of his cell. Like at everybody that walked by, he's like, and it wasn't shit that he was saving. This was fresh out of his ass shit. Like
like he had lost it.
He lost it.
Yeah,
he
had lost
and
it.
that was from being in the cell by
being
himself.
trapped, right? Like it's one of those things that's like from like an existential kind of like the only freedom we have is our thoughts. Is like even out here in the world, like really we don't have much except our thoughts. And it is easy to go to those dark places, especially when you have nothing else.
And when you have nothing else, and when you don't, like resilience. And that's why I named the book Resilience. Resilience is developed. You know, I learned to develop resilience while I was in there.
Which is an interesting take because a lot of people don't think. A lot of people think resilience is something you're kind of born with and you either have it or you don't, which isn't necessarily true, right?
No. You know, so I come back and now I got an attorney. So I met a lady and she said, "Hey," matter of fact, I met her because she wanted me to help her start a nonprofit. So I did her bylaws, her 1023s.
So she was coming to the Kankakee prison to visit you?
Menard prison first.
Menard, okay.
So
you're doing all this stuff and people are coming to visit you to get information and have you help them with things. Okay.
And it was free, so they was
Yeah. They're like kind of taking advantage of you a little bit.
But really helping me at the same time.
Yeah, it's kind of like a mutual.
Exactly. So she was like, "I like you." I say, "Okay, I like you too. You know, I've been in prison 14 years. She say, "Well, I'm not about to wait until you get out. That's fucking 64 years. She's like, "How can I help you get out?" I said, "I need an attorney. I never had an attorney."
Yeah.
So she got me an attorney. She paid for an attorney. So I come back to Kankakee. I do my own paperwork. I did my own legal work. I give it to the attorney. Say, "Yes, this is it. Just
just do what I tell you to do.
Just do what I tell you to do." So we come back. But the interesting part about it is before I left Kankakee, I was on bad terms with the chief of correction, who is now the sheriff.
Okay.
So we was on bad terms. He hated me. And at the time, I hated him, you know. And so he told me, he said, "Travis, if you ever come back to this jail, you'll be in segregation. Like, you'll never be in
you'll
public.
never leave out.
You'll never leave." So when I come back, I was kind of under the radar. I'm old man now. All of the officers knew.
You're like, I don't want anybody to remember
So,
any of that shit.
But he eventually found out that I was there. He found out I was there because now I've grown and I changed my course of life. So I'm a peacekeeper in jail now. So now I'm the guy that the other guys will come to squash their beefs. So I was keeping
You're
the
the
peace.
mediator, okay.
What they call the big homie. You know? So now I'm their big homie, and they never saw a big homie like me because the other big homie sent them off to do dirty work. Me, I want to help you.
Yeah, right.
I want to help you become a better person. I want to help you get out of here and stay out of here.
Yeah.
And I don't want you in here fighting. You know, and so they caught the wind of the sheriff. So he come down and they say, "Yeah, Travis broke up. It was about to be a riot. between blacks and Latinos, and I kind of like diffused the situation. So the sheriff come down and he was like, Travis, like, are you Travis Collins? Like, yeah, you
You're
are.
like, no, yes,
What are you
yeah.
doing back here? So I'm back here again, you know, on appeal. So I'm like, should I pack now or later? He say, no, you don't have to pack. You stay where you at. And I apologized to him too. It's like, yeah, when I was younger, because I did a lot of stuff to his officers. So I apologized to him. He was like, no, you're good. Just keep, you know, doing the right thing. Keep on the straight and narrow, right? So it's like, all right. Long story short, I do my motion. My attorney was representing me, and he dropped the ball at the time.
He like edited your paperwork down from what you gave him, right?
I gave him a 62-page petition. It was like 3 pages by the time it was filed. Judge denied me.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, this was
like your shot.
This was my shot. So I got denied. It's like, damn. So he came to see me. And when the judge denied me, the judge say, I'm denying you, but you got a right to appeal. Will you be taking your attorney with you to the appellate court? Let me know. I'm giving you 2 weeks, but you're denied. So we'll be back in 2 weeks. I don't want to hear anything else, but if you're taking this attorney with you to the appellate court. So I'm like, okay. So I went back to the jail. The attorney came to see me. He said, hey, just give me X amount of dollars and I'll take it to the appellate. It's like, I don't want to go to the appellate court. I want a rehearing. He was like, Travis, come on. These petitions very serious. They don't even get granted. You know, a rehearing, the judge is not going to change his mind.
Right.
So it's like, I'm still putting in for a rehearing, and I'm going to represent myself. So he was like, you know what they say about a person that represent themselves? I say, what do they say? You got a fool for a counsel. It's like, well, I've been a fool a lot of times in my life, and this won't be nothing new. I'm representing myself.
I'm okay with that. It's like you had to trust your gut at some point.
I had to trust my gut. So I went in, represented myself. Not only did the judge reverse his decision on my denial, but he accepted the petition and released me. Boom.
And you were how old at that point?
This was just 5 years ago. So,
is that crazy to think about?
This was just 5 years ago. We've been home going on 6 years.
Okay.
So before I left the county jail, the sheriff come. He said, hey, Travis, good luck out there, man. And if you need anything, let me know. I say, okay, but I don't need anything. I'm smart. I'm about to go conquer the fucking world,
Yeah, right?
I came home, I had $17 in my pocket. The $17 that I had in my commissary account. So I come home, I tell my brother took me to Walmart. He didn't have a lot of money at the time. Took me to Walmart, got me some Walmart clothes. So he say, what are you gonna do? I didn't have an ID, I didn't have a driver's license, I didn't have social security. I had
any of that stuff.
Nothing. Because I was sentenced to 65 years. He's never come home. Nobody's holding on to your documents.
No.
So I'm out here.
And some of those you didn't even have from that time either. Yeah.
So now I'm out here with just $17 in my pocket. But I don't care. Shit, I'm free.
Right.
So I tell my brother, I say, I'm shoveling snow tomorrow because I came home in the winter. I say, tomorrow I'm shoveling snow and I'm going to make a lot of money. So he's like, shoveling snow? You're like, motherfucker, this is not the 90s. Nobody shovels snow. I'm like, I'm going to shovel snow until I get my social and ID and then I'll get a job. So I say, drop me off this town called Moments. So they drop me off in Moments to give me a shovel and then come pick me up, right? So I'm like, all right. So he dropped me off. When he dropped me off there, I was walking, I went door to door. It's big. Now, Moments is predominantly white. Mm-hmm. So I'm walking through this white town, big black dude with a shovel over his shoulder, knocking on people's doors and shit, asking if they want their snow shovel. They didn't even open the door.
Right.
I think one person opened the door. I could have sworn I heard a gun cock. But I'm like, all right, cool. I didn't make any money. So my brother come pick me up at the place. I told him to pick me up. So he said, so how much money did you make? I said, it was a slow day today.
That's marketing 101, right?
It was a slow day today. So he said, so now what you about to do?
Yeah.
But I remember what the sheriff said. He said, if you ever need something, to come. So I was like, take me to the sheriff department. So he was like, oh yeah, they do pay people to be informants. I don't want to be no fucking informant,
Yeah,
man.
right.
I just need some shit. Just take me to
You're
the
like,
sheriff.
and I'm not trying to go back to some of that stuff either and get myself involved in it.
So he was like, all right, I'll take you there. So I went there, knocked on the sheriff's door. The sheriff came and was like, hey, Travis, what's going on? I said, you said shit.
I'm going to call you on what you said.
You said if I ever need something to come here. So he said, all right, so what do you need? I said, I need everything. I don't have shit, you know? So he said, well, first off, let's deal with the fact that you don't have an ID. Gave me his personal number and his card. Say, put this in your pocket. If you ever get stopped, tell him call me and I'll help, I'll help with that. Say, what else do you need? Say, I need clothes. Only thing I have is this Walmart get up, that my brother got me. So he said, okay, I'll get you some clothes. And I said, I want a suit. So I never wore a suit before, and everybody was thinking that the only time I'll wear a suit is if I was in a damn casket, right?
Yep.
So he said, okay, we about the same size. He's a little heavier than me. Shot. I know he gonna
If you're watching, Sheriff, it's fine. We'll invite him back. He can take shots later.
Cool. So he gave me a suit, and I used him as a reference to get my first job. So now I'm working. When I eventually got my ID, working a job, and I started thinking like, damn, how many other people is coming home that don't have shit?
Or even know how to work the system, because it's so fucked up, right? Like, how do you get to this place and you can't get this ID if you don't have this proof, or right? Like, they don't set it up to make it easy for you to stay out, right? They make it easier to just need to go back.
Yeah, because to get the birth certificate, they say I need a social security card. To get a social security card, they say I need an address. My last address been in jail for the last 20 years.
And then you have to have proof of paying a bill or a utility, and then you have to have another proof of identity, and you're like, what fucking circle are we in, and who's making these choices?
Yep.
It's wild.
Yeah, and so I say, well, I want to help. I want to help guys that's coming home, because you want us to do the right thing, but with all of these roadblocks in front of us, it's easy to go back doing what we used to do. Yeah, it's still consequences. We know it's consequences, but everybody have to live, right?
Right.
So I started a program. Didn't have any help, didn't go to any organizations. It's just guys that I knew that was coming home, even if it was through their moms, their sisters, their wives, or whatever. Say, let's just meet. So we had group. And we had this group wherever we can have it at. We had it in parks, basements, restaurants, wherever we can meet. We'll just meet and share resources. Like, man, who's hiring?
Right.
What organization helped you get your license and whatever to keep us out. And it grew. More and more people started coming. And we had one topic. The topic was police brutality. And so the guys was like, well, how do we file a complaint? It's like, shit, I don't know. They don't make that shit public.
Right.
But I say, well, let's ask the sheriff. But a lot of them know Mike Downey because he used to come to our groups on the inside.
Okay.
So he sat with a lot of us. We've been knowing him for a long time. So they're like, yeah, let's call Chief. They call him Chief Downey. Let's call Chief Downey and let's ask him.
It's a different kind of chief than the other one that you met, right?
And so he came, and it was at the restaurant, 5 Star Wings. My boy Troy, what's up? I got to shout out to Troy. So Troy used to let us have group there, right? So the sheriff come, and the sheriff was thinking it would be like 1, 2, maybe 3 people. So he come and he see all these motherfuckers. He like, shit. And so we sat there, we dialogued, we had a good conversation. But when the group was over, sheriff said, hey, Travis, do you want to come inside the jail with this group? I'm like, what? I'm like, dude, I was just locked up for 20 years for murder. He's like, I don't give a shit about none of that.
Right.
You're doing a good job. You're doing what you do to help your people. Bring your county, bring your program inside the jail.
And preventatively teach them these things before they get out. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So now he's giving me this invitation, right, for a program. So I'm like, how the fuck do I create a program? I can't just come in and talk to these dudes all day. I run out of shit to say. I have to come get you.
I don't know about that.
And so I'm like, I need a program. So I Googled resilience. And when I Googled resilience, the 7 C's of resilience came up from a doctor named Dr. Kenneth Ginsburg.
Okay.
And he created these 7 C's. And I'm reading these 7 C's, and I'm like, these are the C's I used. And I didn't know about this.
No, it was just like you were actually living it out.
I was living it out.
Yeah, and he just kind of combined it into
it made it make sense.
Yes.
You know? And I added 1 more C, which is completion, make it 8 C's.
Yeah.
And I didn't want them to think I was jacking the shit. But I was.
We're referencing it. It's all good.
And so I put these 8 C's together, went inside the jail, teaching this program off the 8 C's of resilience, right? And the first day of class, we have what I call a goal sheet because everybody needs goals. A lot of us don't have them when we live in that life that we live in, right? So the goal sheet, whatever you want to do when you get out, welding, whatever you want to do, put it on this goal sheet.
Creating hope.
Hope.
Right? Like a plan for a future, like a vision.
A
right?
vision.
Like, I mean, when we're talking mental health, like those are protective things against suicide and intrusive thoughts, and like whether they get there in 5 months, 5 years, 50 years, there's a thought about a future, right? Which matters.
It matters.
It's a starting point.
Exactly. And so when they put their goals on their goal sheet, then I worked with KCC. So KC, the community college, they gave me a lot of different literature and stuff for different grants and different programs they can get in. So if they don't know what they want to do, look at this literature and figure something out, and then put it on this paper, and I'll bring you all of the paperwork you need to learn about it. If you want to drive trucks, I'll bring you all the paperwork
That's
you need.
awesome.
You know, so now you
like
can
job training stuff
while you're inside.
Yeah.
So now you just do hands-on when you get out. And so to this day, I have 100% success rate. None of my guys came back yet.
That's insane,
It's
right
insane.
there, right?
It's insane.
Like,
it's insane. None of them, and I see them now.
that's like the kids say, clock it, right, Mackenzie? Clock it.
They're clocking.
Yeah, right?
You know?
I'm old. I'm trying to learn the, the lingo.
Yeah, I would do.
But that's like such a big deal, right?
It's a
just
big
like,
deal.
but, and also it like goes to prove how much the systems are set up intentionally to make people fail, right? Like they're not doing the preventative stuff that they could, that is accessible if we put it together, if we create these you're bringing people together. You know, you couldn't do it alone. Yeah.
And then sometimes they'll have it there, right? So it'll be programs and opportunities there, but you're dealing with a person that has an arrested development issue from 15. So you have a 45-year-old man that's really stuck in the 15-year-old mindset, right? Where he actually needs you to hold his hand in certain things. Yeah, he may be 35 and he can pay bills and do all that stuff, but when it actually comes to like moving forward and taking the initiative to go to a community college and taking the initiative to really change his life, he may just need a little push.
Or even just the roadmap of like the one step at a time, right? Like it's those things that we take for granted that we think everybody knows. They just don't, right? Like even thinking about you talking about going out and shoveling snow. It's like when you're out, if you're in for that long, you think the world stopped because your world did, and it didn't. It kept progressing and changing,
It kept
and
going.
you
know, and even in that same day that when I first came home, when I said I had $17 to my name, right? So I was thinking, I want a number one.
Yes, I was like, tell the McDonald's story.
I want a number one. Now that was my go-to meal when I was 19. A Big Mac with the special sauce on the sesame seed bun.
They don't make it like they used to.
No, they don't. You know,
I'll throw shade at McDonald's today.
That's what I wanted for so long.
Yeah, right?
When I left, it was $3.18.
Ooh.
So I got my 17 bucks. Yep. So I'm like, okay, I can get me a number
absolutely.
one. Still have about 14 bucks left in my pocket, to work with. So I went there and I said, can I have a number one? When she rang it up, she said, okay, that'll be $11.99. So I was like, no, I just want one.
Yeah, like, no, thank you.
She was like, yes, that's one number one.
Right.
I was like, damn. Right. But it's just things like that we don't pay attention to because we incarcerated.
Yeah.
We incarcerated.
Well, and it's like things you don't even feel like you need to think about either because who knows when you're going to get out. It's not like you're trying to pay attention to the price of this and the price of that and what this is happening. And yeah.
And so now the program's going good. I got married, had a beautiful baby boy.
Love
2
this.
years old, got a baby girl, 8 months.
The one who's shitting on you in the middle of the night.
The one that's shitting on me in the middle of the night.
The probably only one in your life that could shit on you and be okay.
It'd be okay.
Right?
But this is what I share with a lot of the guys that's incarcerated. If I can do it, you can do it.
Correct.
If I can do it. It's just about resilience, bouncing back. Because it's a lot of people, and I used to say the same thing. I changed. But I tell them there's a big difference between changing and transformation. If you
I'm just gonna
clock
keep
it,
doing that. Yep, clock it.
I'm about to stop doing that. I go in the wrong neighborhood doing that shit.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I made Mackenzie Google it. I was like, is it this way or is it this way? I don't really know. I was like, or is it this way? Like, I don't know. But that is such a pivotal thing is right? Like change is coming no matter what. Right? Like we've talked in other episodes about the only constant in this world is change. Whether you're changing or it's changing, everything's always changing, right? But when you're talking about transformation, that's so different.
That's so different.
It's so different.
That's a whole nother level.
Well, and that's like from the inside out, right?
You know, and I use this example with a lot of the guys in the class. Like I use ice and water. Say, okay, this ice can change
Right.
from a frozen state to a liquid state. And I use an example of a caterpillar.
Yep.
Caterpillar transformed to this beautiful butterfly. Can't go back. The ice can go back to being
Right.
liquid. You know, the same way with us and the lives that we used to live. I can say I changed and I don't want to gangbang and I don't want to shoot and I don't want to sell drugs. But I can also change back to doing that. But when I say I transform, there's no way I can go
There's
back
no
to
back.
that. You
Yeah.
know, and I say that to some officers that I'll see out in the streets. They'll say, "Hey, Travis, are you trying to stay out of jail?" I don't have to fucking try to stay out of jail.
Yeah.
My
Like I'm a
character-
different person.
My character will not allow me to do shit that'll put me back in jail.
Right,
Big
right.
difference.
Well, and you're talking again about character, and it is the idea of like values and character traits as opposed to just like the things I'm doing. And right, like when you're talking about setting goals, you're talking about like hope and things you want, not just like I need the money, I need the family, I need the this, I need the that, right? Like that stuff will all come with the character,
That's right.
with the values.
That's right.
And that is all mental. Like it's all mental because then if you're always checking in about is the decision I'm making connected to that character and values,
Exactly.
then that's the decision, right? That's how you sleep at night.
That's how you sleep at
That's
night.
the only way you
know?
sleep at night.
And that's what I tell the guys inside the jail. I say you'll be able to sleep good, even though. And that's why I married my wife. Like it's been hard sometimes
Yeah.
because doing the right thing when you're so used to doing the
Oh,
wrong
God.
thing in your life, it can be
It's
hard.
an uphill battle.
It can be an uphill battle.
It is, right? Like it is a clusterfuck every day, right? Like it's hard. Until then one day it's not. Right? Like we talk a lot in therapy about like building new pathways in the brain and it's kind of like going sledding, right? So Brian's talking about being cold as fuck out there, right?
Yes.
And building new neural pathways is like sledding, right? So when you take your sled or your toboggan, whatever the fuck you're on, like your trash can lid, and you go down like fresh snow, it's precarious, right? Like you don't know if you're gonna hit something, you don't know what's underneath the snow, like there isn't a pathway. But if you go down the path that like has been traveled 15, 20, 30 times, it gets much easier, right? You don't have to steer as much. You're like, oh, it's so much more fun. And I think that's what's happening in your brain. Every time you make the positive choice, every time you make the healthy choice, it's a little bit easier than the last time. Right? Like every time you choose not to do the easy thing, for sure it's going to be hard. Like I think people think that all the time of like, oh, it's just so easy to be, it's fucking hard. It's so fucking hard to make the choice that wasn't the one you made all the time. So hard to change behaviors and to change, to be what you want, to transform, to be what you want to be, right? Like, I mean, caterpillar spends how much time creating the whole chrysalis and then coming out? It's funny, a client this last week was talking about like in therapy, the idea that like the flower is the therapist and they're like, you know, they're the bee or the caterpillar trying to like get all the things that they need to feed themselves and pollinate and all that stuff. But I'm like, yeah, because we all need each other.
That's right.
We all need to be
That's
in
right.
community with each other. Like
That's
we
right.
all need to mutually support, whether it is a therapist or your brother or your family or your wife or the sheriff, which is a wild story too, right? Like how many people can say as an inmate, I became such good friends with the sheriff.
Yes, and he helped me out so much. You know, and it's kind of like, and I love using the caterpillar analogy.
It's such a good analogy.
And I like using it inside of the group with the guys in jail because caterpillar has no defense mechanism. He's just hoping the motherfucker don't eat him, you know?
Right.
He's just
Yeah,
going
he doesn't
on hope.
move fast. He's like, they're fuzzy and cute though.
Yeah, you know, he looked juicy. So it's like he's right for the picking. So it's like you got to be this caterpillar in life, especially if you used to live a life of crime,
Yeah.
you can't afford to lose your cool out here. You know, you got to be even in the workplace, and that's why I like to train the guys up on. In the workplace, you will be tested. That's just how it goes. You will be tested. Just be that caterpillar. Let's hope they don't eat your ass alive in there.
Yeah.
But you're gonna grow and you're gonna become a butterfly if you make it. You know. So, but yeah, I like the
Well, yeah.
caterpillar.
No, it's a great, and just even the pausing, how much time it takes to an effort it takes to build the chrysalis to then hibernate, basically, right? Like to just pause and to be still before you emerge into the transformation. It's a beautiful metaphor.
It's a great man. And then I also tell them that then the world is gonna look at you crazy because they don't know what they're looking at. You know, just like me, people just was like, who is this guy now? Like the older guys, the little younger guys, they all know me as just being the big homie that helped them out,
Right.
the peacekeeper. But the ones that I was come up with, they like,
That you knew, they're like,
who is this dude?
we don't know you.
We don't know you. Like, who is this person?
And they want you to be back the way that they knew you, right? Like that's the hard part too, is like they're still gonna fight to pull you back because they had control over that. That felt comfortable for them. It also validated the way they've chosen to live their life, right? Like it's hard.
It was hard for them, but me, it's easy.
You're like, I'm good.
I'd rather go.
I'm good.
I'm going home.
Yeah. Well, do you want to share what your 8 C's are
Yes.
for our people watching?
Yes. So 8 C's of resilience, and this is what I teach, and I use my life as an example, right? So the first one is competence. Competence. What can you do on your own without help from anybody else, without leaning on anybody else? Like me, I used competence when I was inside. My competence was, okay, I don't have a lawyer. I don't have money for a lawyer. I can't even get a student to come out from a university to help me, but I can learn the law. You know, I can better myself. These are the things that I can do for my resilience was competence. So I used that.
Well, that even started with you teaching yourself how to read.
Boom.
Right? Like you started there so that then your confidence could grow, which is even amazing. Yeah.
Competence, connection. The second C is connections. Everybody's connected to something or someone. You know, what are you connected to? What are your connections? If you're around people that's doing bad things, then that's what you're connected to. You're connected to bad shit. But if you have good connections,
Right.
lean on those connections. You know, that's the second C. Like the sheriff, that's a connection.
Right.
I lean on that connection whenever I can, or whenever
Which
I
really
need.
does matter. I think a lot of times people don't actually seek out, people are like, yeah, I'll help you out. And then people are like, I don't really mean that, so I'm not going to ask. But calling them out, like you said you would, and I'm here and I will receive that, took you also being humble enough to be like, yeah, I need help and I'm going to ask for it.
That's right.
Right.
You know?
And to see it as a connection that mattered. Yeah.
And then now he has connections.
Right.
So now I'm connected to him, and now his connections also become my connections.
Right.
And it's just a big circle of connections,
Yeah.
right? So the second C is connection. The third C is confidence. Confidence. That's one of the things a lot of us lack because of the life that we lived. Was confidence. We didn't have enough confidence to come and sit on the podcast. A lot of people that I know don't even have confidence to sit around white people because it always reminds them of either court or
Right.
some type of authority figure instead of somebody that can just be a mutual friend on the same level.
Well, also we haven't done ourselves any favors, right? Like I'll call that out. White people haven't done themselves any favors because we've done some fucked up stuff. Yeah, we don't always make it safe.
You know, and
Yeah.
so confidence is one of the things
Yeah.
that I teach them. And it's like the confidence I needed to get up and represent myself in court, and they, especially against a prosecutor that's been doing it for over 35 years.
And after a lawyer's telling you you're a fool,
After the lawyer
right?
telling me
Like
I'm a
you
fool,
just people, and the judge is like, I don't want to hear anything else.
the judge
right?
already denied
Yeah,
me.
right.
And he's been on the bench over 40 years. He's now retired, which is now my friend too. I love you. Thank you.
I love that.
You know, and so confidence, that's something the guys need. Character. Character is another C. And that's like we just mentioned,
Right.
the character. Develop a character so you know there's certain things that I will do, certain things that I just won't do.
Right.
And that character help you sleep good at night. That character gives you direction in life. Because if you don't have a character, something that you will stand on, principles that you will stand on, you're going to be,
You kind of got nothing.
you kind of got nothing.
Right.
You're just a TikTok baby. You following another, whatever trend, you
Yep.
know, that's out there. You know, coping. Coping is another C. We all need coping skills. You know,
Healthy ones. But
healthy
yes.
coping skills.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was like, we can cope in a lot of fucked up ways.
And so I got a paper, 99 different coping skills.
Nice.
You know, so I give them this paper. And then contribution. Contribution is another C. Everybody needs to know that it's stuff that's bigger than you, man.
Right.
Like, it's not all about you.
Purpose, meaning.
Purpose, meaning.
Right, yeah.
You know, you need to be a part of something that's bigger than you.
Yeah.
You need to give. And now you got a purpose. And it always come back to you. It always.
Always.
I tell them all.
I mean, we were born to be connected. We were born to belong and like know that we're significant in this world no matter what. Yeah.
You know, and so that's one of the main things that I like to teach them, give. I tell people, I gave my way out of prison. I gave my way out of prison. I was helping so many people, you know, even though I wasn't going home, but I was just doing other people's cases, helping them. Because the thing is, what I want for me, I have to want for you.
Yeah.
That's just how the universe works. I don't fully understand it, but that's just how it is.
It's like that is part of that purpose, right? Like if you were just selfish, like me, like that would change your character.
It will change your character.
Yeah.
And now you'll think everybody else is selfish because you're selfish, you know? So I tell them, give. Find a way to give, you know? And completion, that's the one that I threw on there.
Yeah.
Completion. And the reason why I put completion, because it just feel good to complete shit. Like, I was the type where I never completed. I'll get started on it,
Right.
but I never completed anything, even fucking graduating grammar school.
Yeah.
You know, but completion, and then when I did the research, when you complete things, it releases dopamine in your brain, kind of like a drug,
Yep.
to make you want to keep complete stuff. And I learned that while I was in prison. I used to do these puzzles, remember the Sudoku puzzles?
Yo, I still play
You
those.
still play the
I'm like
Sudoku?
an old lady. I'm like, yes, some little solitaire, some Sudoku, some crosswords.
Yeah, so I used
Yeah.
to do the Sudoku puzzles. And I noticed every time I complete a Sudoku puzzle, it just felt good.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm sitting in the cell 23-1, just with a big book of Sudokus, just wherever I can find them at the end of magazines, newspapers. You know, so I teach these 7 C's.
Well, and that's even like small things, not to interrupt you, but right, like I think sometimes we think like completing these big life goals, but it's like, no, it can just be a small little thing, right? It could be making your bed every day. Like that feels great, right?
does.
Like, but
It
yeah,
does.
like the puzzle, like it's a little brain training. And when you're done, you're like, oh, I'm the shit,
Yeah.
right?
You know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so what I do is I take these 8 C's, right, and I put a topic with it. And that's the homework assignment. So the program, it's a homework assignment. So it's not like I'm sitting here telling you these. No, we're gonna actually dig into these 8 C's. So it'll be a topic. Let's say the topic is, and I try to make the topics like something relevant to the jail.
Right.
Bad court dates. So it'll say, describe a time when you had a bad court date and how did you deal with it? Did you use the 7 C's or the 8 C's, or could you have used the 8 C's? Then I'll start it off with my homework assignment first. I'll give them an example because I had a lot of bad court dates.
Like,
that
I'm
was
here for
easy.
this. Yeah, right.
I can pull anyone and I'll, you know, and that kind of, you know, it makes them want to do their homework with me when they hear me, you know.
Well, yeah, like models that you understand. Also, you're showing that you've done the work and how it can apply. And right, like exactly what you're saying is like sometimes they need to be just shown how to do something or how to apply it. Yeah.
So, yep, so that's the resilience program. Now I teach it at the probation office with emerging adults, Kankakee. I teach it at Indiana, Lake County, emerging adults probation office and the county jail. Now we're working on the outside.
Yes, we are.
We're gonna get there.
We are going to get there. We are going to get there. I think the thing that strikes me as so important is, and we've talked about this before, is our world talks about ACEs, right? Our world talks about adverse childhood experiences and really like that focus on like how much fucked up stuff have you had when you were a kid? And really actually the more important research that's coming out now is positive childhood experiences, and all of those things of resilience connect to that. Like, do you have adults in your life that care about your feelings? Are you connected to a community, right? Like things that aren't necessarily about the trauma experiences, but about more the resilient experiences is like, cause some shit happens in the world that there's right. Like if you're a caterpillar, there's going to be shit. Like, right? Like crows are going to try to swoop you. People are going to try to come at you, right? Some of that stuff you can't control, but you can control being connected to your community. You can control like reaching out to adults that want to help you. You can control those things, like, which is amazing, like that these programs exist.
Yes,
And doesn't need to just be for people in the jail.
you're right.
Right? It applies to all humans.
You're right. And to give you an example of it, to piggyback on what you're saying,
Yeah.
so I had a coworker, and this person just it can be the smallest thing, and that'll throw his whole fucking day off. You know, he had like no resilience at all. One day he was coming to work and I guess somebody flipped him a bird in the car. Now his whole day fucked up. I'm like, dude, get over it. That shit happened at 8 o'clock this morning.
You're like, that's such a small thing.
You know, but his whole day is off because of that one
Yeah.
small thing. And so what I teach is that resilience, it helps you in a lot of different ways. It helps you with your downtime. So when we go through things, we have this downtime, right? You know, so the downtime is like, nothing is fucking happening for you but just moping. You know, you're just moping about what's happening or what just happened.
Which like isn't even because that's happening. It's because your mind has chosen to suffer over that thing that happened.
Boom.
Right? It's wild.
Boom.
Right?
So now you got this downtime, you're getting nothing, you're just stuck.
Right.
Nothing is being done, you know, but when you develop resilience, you cut that downtime. Like for an example, me and work.
Yeah.
So I'll get great jobs because they wouldn't know about my background. But then when someone find out that I was arrested for murder and I did all that damn time, HR find a way to get my ass out of that company. My downtime now is like minimum, like if I get fired today, I'll be over that shit before I even make it home, and I'll be on Indeed finding some more shit.
You're like, there's another job out there,
You know?
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of that is like you've had so much experience going down that side of the hill, unfortunately, that right, your downtime is so much shorter than people that are like, my life is so magical and like wonderful. If somebody flips me with a bird or cuts me off, like my whole week is fucked, right?
Right.
Like, but it's like, let small things be small, man, and let big things be big. There's not many things that are that big anymore in
it's
in
really
life, right? Like it's crazy. Well, I did sneak your book behind that. So for those in the audience that are interested, this is Travis's book, Resilience. It's developed, not given. And you can buy it on Amazon, yes?
Yes, you can get it on Amazon or my link. So I have a link on my Instagram.
Ooh, we'll post it in the show notes. So
Cool.
perfect. Yes, if you can send that to Mackenzie, we'll put it in the show notes. So, but highly, highly recommend if you're interested in Travis's story that you, and probably your link is better than Amazon because Amazon will be taking a cut of that.
Oh, well, it's a link to Amazon.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah. But then they can also check out your Instagram stuff and the things that you're doing. So I love that. I kind of in typical podcast fashion, we like to wrap up by sharing like what's the biggest takeaway from what you shared today for our audience. And there's so much because I know we're gonna have you back again. I feel like there's so many things we could talk about, but from today's conversation, what do you think is the biggest takeaway for people to get?
Since we've been talking about shit all day, and we do have shit to say.
We do have shit to say.
Shit happens. Shit happens in life. Bounce back from it. Don't spend a lot of time dwelling on it. Don't spend a lot of time wondering how shit could have been different. It's not gonna fucking change. The shit happened already. Bounce back from it and move forward. The longer you dwell on shit, the longer shit is gonna be in your life. Bounce back.
It's like the bigger it gets, right?
It's the bigger it gets, you know? So that's the biggest takeaway I want anyone to take from this is that use resilience, develop resilience, learn to bounce back. It'll change your life when you focus on resilience.
Yeah, no, I love that. I feel like my biggest takeaway is like be the caterpillar.
Boom.
Be the caterpillar. That was so good. Be the juicy caterpillar.
Because and the thing about it is the world might not know what they're looking at.
Yeah.
But what's on the inside of that fucking cocoon
Yeah.
is something beautiful.
Yeah.
That's deep. Ooh.
That's from you. That is deep. I know, right? I'm gonna clock it.
I gotta learn that one
Yeah,
because
no.
I do not want to. I'm still in Kankakee.
I'm
So
See, I'm
all-
afraid of that too, right?
Talking about clocking and
Yeah,
what the fuck? Oh, I'm sorry.
That's true. Talking about wild TikTok trends, we probably shouldn't be getting on that one. So, oh my gosh, this has been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
cannot wait to schedule to have you back on again. So, thank you guys all for joining. I Have Shit to Say podcast. Please tune in again to see Travis later on.
you.
So, thank you so much.
Oh, and before I go,
Yes.
I do want to say the book started off a little rough. So I do want to,
But on purpose. Tell why.
purpose.
Tell why.
Because I wanted this book to be raw, right? So a lot of people wanted me to edit this book, but I wrote it while I was incarcerated. So I wanted this book to be my notes from incarceration. So it comes off as a journal in some parts come off, I share emotion as I went through it. So it's a part of this book is a journal of experiences that I had while I was incarcerated.
It's like your memoir.
It's my memoir.
Yeah.
I didn't edit, I didn't change words. If some shit wasn't pronounced right or it's in slang lingo, then that's just what it is.
Yeah,
So
no, I love that.
But yeah,
Raw,
it is rated
real
R.
you.
Yes.
The Travis we love.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, crushing it.